What's up, guys? Today's story is about the time I got lost as a kid. This story starts off in my early years of life. I can't remember exactly how old I was when this story time takes place. I did ask my parents, and they said that I was around 5 years old, so very young. Anyways, this story starts off as a normal day. I don't really remember what my daily routine was at 5 years old, but I'm pretty sure it went like this: wake up, eat breakfast, and watch cartoons until my parents took me outside. While I was watching cartoons, my parents said, "Okay, time to go." They turned off the TV, and I put on my Velcro shoes with flames on them. Because when I was a kid, I would only wear shoes that had flames on them because I thought that that was the highest and coolest point in fashion, and I still think I was right. 5-year-old me had fire fashion taste. I think that there was some family visiting because we went outside to show them around our neighborhood and show what you can do in our neighborhood. While my parents were showing them around, we walked past this merry-go-round, and this merry-go-round came once a month or so. I don't remember exactly how many times it came a month, but it was pretty rare. That means that my 5-year-old eyes have seen it before, and I remembered that there was this super cool motorcycle with flames on it. I don't know why, but when I saw it, I focused so much on the merry-go-round that I zoned out. And when I came back to reality, I looked around and my parents were gone, nowhere to be seen. I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, but I do think that I didn't freak out that much because I was so close to home. So instead of freaking out, I walked towards the merry-go-round because I wanted to ride that motorcycle. When I get there, I ask one of the people in charge if I could go on it, and they asked me where my parents were, naturally, because there's a little kid with no parents asking to go on a merry-go-round. And then I said that I didn't know where my parents were. One of the people in charge asked me if I knew where my house was, and I nodded yes, because even at 5 years old, I could easily walk home. Let's give this person a name. Her name was Ashley. So Ashley asked me if I could show her where my house was and hopefully find my parents. Ashley picks me up and I give her the directions, and in 5 minutes we're at my house. After 5 to 10 minutes of waiting and no one coming, she asks me, "Do you want to ride the merry-go-round?" I get the biggest smile on my face. Ashley carries me back to the merry-go-round and asks me which one I would like to ride, and without hesitation, I pick the motorcycle. The funny thing is, there was only one motorcycle on the whole merry-go-round, and there was a kid already on it. So instead of letting me wait another round, Ashley just kicks this kid off it and puts me on it. And let me tell you, those next couple minutes, I felt like the coolest kid on earth. I felt like Maverick in Top Gun. After the ride ended, Ashley said that we should go back to my house and wait there until my parents come back, because they'll eventually come back to my house. We head off to my house once again, and on our way, a cop car passes us and stops and asks Ashley if I was lost. She nods her head. Then the cops say, "Oh, perfect. There were a couple of people looking for a boy around your age," while looking at me. After this, they asked me if I wanted to ride in a cop car and find my parents. Me being 5, I say, yeah, that sounds super cool. I'm sure I didn't sound like that or respond that way, but in my head I responded that way. I can't remember if Ashley gets in the car with me or not, but I do remember clearly getting into the cop car and sitting next to an officer and seeing that grill that they have in cop cars, the one with diamond shaped links like a fence. After about 5 minutes of driving around in my neighborhood, we see my parents. I tell the cops to stop the car. I get out and hug my parents, and I try to tell the story to them, but I'm sure this version is better than my 5-year-old version. My parents were super impressed that I could find my way back home on my own. Moral of the story is keep your eyes on your kid. One extra little thing is my parents have lost all 3 of their children at least once. Looking back on it, that sounds like they're bad parents, but I still love my parents. Hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, leave a like and peace.